Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to go over the topic must versus have to. Again, the whole point here right now is that I'm taking you from basic level to advanced level when it comes to your grammar. So by doing this and sticking with the process, you're only going to get better. So let's get started. Must and have to. To express the idea of necessity based on a rule or circumstance. You have to finish your homework. You must finish your homework. Don't have to is something that is not necessary. Mustn't is something that is necessary. For the past form of must and have to, it's going to be had to. Right here off of Google, it says, what is the difference between you have and you must? It says must is used for official rules, very strong, very serious advice, and have to is used to talk about our daily responsibilities and to give friendly but strong advice. At this point, you can get your pen and notebook or a pencil, and you can actually stop the video and write down what you think the answers are. Directions. Complete the sentences using must or have to. Number 1. You wear a mask in the hospital. I'm going to go with you must wear a mask in the hospital. I think it's very necessary, and it's also life-threatening, and it's also a rule. Number 2, I wake up early every day for work. I think this is more like a daily routine. You should be saying, I have to wake up early every day for work. 3, she finished her homework before going out. If it's a rule, I would say she must finish her homework before going out. There's no choice. Number 4, we pay the rent by the first of the month. If this is something daily that you usually do or something a routine basis, I would probably say we have to pay the rent by the first of the month. It's not life-threatening. 5, he take his medication on time. I think this is definitely a rule. It's in the instructions. It might be even life-threatening. So I would say he must take his medication on time. Number 6, let's continue. They follow the new company policies. In this case, it could probably go both. I'm going to say right now, they have to follow the new company policies. That's something that they should do. 7, you try harder if you want to succeed. In this case, maybe, it really depends on the situation, guys. You could say, you have to try harder, but I'm going to go with you must try harder if you want to succeed. You must try harder if you want to succeed. There's no choice. Maybe this is a serious conversation. It really depends on the context, to tell you the truth. 8, I call my parents every weekend. Well, do you really have to do this? So I would say at this point, I have to call my parents every weekend. It's not life-threatening. It's not a rule, that kind of thing. 9, she cleaned her room before dinner. Well, let's see here. If we want to say this in the past tense, guys, what do you think? If you want to say this in the past, remember the past for must and have to is had to. So let's try it in the past. Let's say this was last week or last night. She had to clean her room before dinner. Okay, had to for must and have to. And 10, we respect each other's opinions. So in this case, I think it's very necessary. Let's say it's a rule. We must respect each other's opinions. Now we're going to be practicing the negative forms. Complete the sentences using don't have to and mustn't. 11. They attend the meeting if they have a prior engagement. Here I'm going to say they don't have to attend the meeting if they have a prior engagement. 12. You park in the reserved spots. They are for staff only. I would say you mustn't park in the reserved spots. They are for staff only. It's a rule. 13. You call me after hours unless it's an emergency. You don't have to call me after hours unless it's an emergency. 14. They park here. There's plenty of parking across the street. I would say they don't have to park here. There's plenty of parking across the street because it's not so necessary. 15. We wear formal attire to the party. Casual is fine. We don't have to wear formal attire to the party. Casual is fine. Let's continue here. Number 16. She talked during the movie. It's a quiet zone. Here, it's necessary that she doesn't talk during the movie. So you want to say she mustn't talk during the movie. It's a quiet zone. It's a rule. 17. You speak loudly in the library. Well, I think you're not really allowed to speak loudly in the library. It's a rule. So you should say you mustn't speak loudly in the library. It's necessary that you don't do that. 18. He eat in the classroom. It's not allowed. Well, I would say he mustn't eat in the classroom because that's a rule. 19. You use your phone in the meeting room. You mustn't use your phone in the meeting room because it's super necessary that you don't do that. 20. They follow the instructions exactly if they have a better idea. So if they have a better idea, they don't have to follow the instructions exactly if they have a better idea. Now, I know, guys, that this can be very mixed up for you a little bit. They sound very similar. So don't get really caught up if you have made a couple of mistakes here. The idea is to remember that there's no to after must as well. And again, when it's a rule or something like this, and it's very necessary, I would go with mustn't. Tell me a few things you must do and a few things you don't have to do today or for this week. I would like to know in the comments. Answer key, I'll just read out the answers to you so you can hear it, and it's kind of like a repeat after me listening activity. So listen and repeat. Number 1, you must wear a mask in the hospital. 2, I have to wake up early every day for work. 3, she must finish her homework before going out. 4, we have to pay the rent by the 1st of the month. 5, he must take his medication on time. 6, they have to follow the new company policies. 7, you must try harder if you want to succeed. 8, I have to call my parents every weekend. 9, she had to clean her room before dinner. 10, we must respect each other's opinions. 11, they don't have to attend the meeting if they have a prior engagement. 12, you mustn't park in the reserved spots. They are for staff only. 13, you don't have to call me after hours unless it's an emergency. 14, they don't have to park here. There's plenty of parking across the street. 15, we don't have to wear formal attire to the party. Casual is fine. 16, she mustn't talk during the movie. It's a quiet zone. 17, you mustn't speak loudly in the library. 18, he mustn't eat in the classroom. It's not allowed. 19. You mustn't use your phone in the meeting room. 20. They don't have to follow the instructions exactly if they have a better idea. For more information, you can visit and follow my social media accounts as you see below. Visit me at David English Academy. It's at davidenglish.info.com. And here you can do more exercises to review what we have just done. See you later, guys.
Hi, how are you today? If you would like to elevate your English level where people actually understand you, where you're not making mistakes, where you're not confused, where you have control of your English, then you're in the right place. My name is David Sugarman. I've been teaching business English for over 12 years, and I can really help you. Currently, right now, I'm teaching in big companies like Diplomat Israel, like IKEA, and others. If you would like to hear more information, please reach out to me over here. Bye for now.